A lot of you guys may not like this video based on the reactions and comments that I get every single time that I speak on MyFaction, but hey, we're going to talk about it anyway. There are some good Persona cards that are coming out as part of just the live events and everything like that. And this is a big card that we've been waiting on for a very long time. Since the game dropped, we saw that it was going to be available, but nobody has really been able to get their hands on this card. Now, just to talk about it a little bit, let's go on ahead and get into it. You guys see here that there is a Roman Reigns 77 overall WrestleMania Sapphire card that you have to use to unlock the 94 overall Seth Rollins 2014, which I think is huge for the game. I think that this is a very, very good thing, and I think this is something that we should be happy about, you know, seeing in the future. I think that being able to get these Persona cards is always a good thing, and nonetheless, they are on community creations if you don't have the funds to go on ahead and get this done. But if you do have the Pat McAfee DLC, you guys can go on ahead and get that 40,000 my points right here if you do guys have that, because that will get you much closer to the Roman Reigns Sapphire card and everything like that. This is another card as well, Rikishi. He is not a Persona card. You will be able to also get him with the Roman Reigns 89. So basically I'm screwed because I only have the 85 that was harder to get than the 89, because there was a fire sale that allowed you to get those amethyst cards at 27,000. So they basically left me out the mix, which is kind of unfortunate, and I hope that 2K does change this. Maybe somebody with some pool can allow me to not have to get this card to get the Diamond Rikishi, but that's just what it is. I think that MyFaction is getting pumped with a lot of content, and I didn't even see this. A Diamond Drew McIntyre card just for having a gold Roman Reigns is kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. So if you guys are looking to play something with this mode, I recommend getting on it. I don't think there is much wrong with this mode. This is the mode that they're actively pumping content towards, and that's why a lot of people rightfully don't like it, because they feel like a lot of modes can deserve more attention, but this mode just continues getting, you know, the attention that a lot of modes may deserve, such as universe mode. Now, the reason why I'm talking about MyFaction is because this is the mode that continues bringing me back over and over and over again. Sometimes I just get on this game just to catch up on this mode, and then I get right back off. They're doing something right with his mode, because I still continue getting on, and I know that a lot of people are now just playing MyFaction. I feel like they are on the right track to something positive, and you don't even have to spend money. Again, this is something right here that you can get some of the best cards, like Roman Reigns for the Drew McIntyre. Like, that's dope, that's great. And again, I don't want to sit here and endorse the mode, because obviously there is still a lot wrong with this game, and I don't want you guys to feel like, oh, you know, he's a shill, he's endorsing the mode. It's not even that for me. I think that genuinely this has probably been one of the most depths in a mode, and they've been making it easier and easier to grind. And I don't think that you need to put a whole lot of time into it, which has been one of my biggest pet peeves with, you know, Ultimate Team modes in the past, whether it's WWE, NBA, Madden, whether it's anything that you play, you need to put tons of time into it. And I feel like I've been able to acquire a good bunch of cards with just playing a couple minutes a day, if that. Sometimes I don't even hop on for 2-3 days. So it's just little things to put into perspective with this mode. Again, it's not everybody's cup of tea. I think that this is a mode that, depending on how they decide to approach it next year, it can work even more. But I think that the way they're working it right now, it is hard to get those people on this game, and we've talked about it before, but I do think that it is pretty cool. And there are multiple locker codes where they're keeping people going. This right here, these are some more live events. You get the Bret Hart diamond card, which they're just making diamond cards more accessible. If you have the DLC, you can get you a Braun Strowman card as well. Batista, this is another one, which is another Persona card, which expires in 10 days. If you have the Sapphire Randy, you can get you a Batista as well. So they are delivering with a lot more Persona cards, and I did see Big Papa Pump is on his way to WWE 2K24, according to some of the guys that can get into the files, like what's the status. I believe it was him. It might have been somebody else. Don't want to name drop and get anybody in trouble, of course, but I did see that Big Papa Pump is coming to MyFaction, and I'm really, really happy about that, because we've been waiting on Big Papa Pump. Last year, he was only accessible to people in MyFaction and not regular modes or anything like that. So this is a big win for the community. Big Papa Pump is somebody that we've been waiting on for a long time, time to be accessible in all the modes, and he was part of the DLC last year, I believe, or he might have been part of just the main roster, not the DLC. I can't really remember. Correct me on that down in the comments if you do remember, but he came with, you know, the tag team with Rick Steiner, and I don't think a lot of us enjoyed that. We remember Big Papa Pump for being Big Papa Pump, the strong, muscular guy with the white goatee. Like, hey, man, I love it. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely am looking forward to seeing this happen in the game. MyFaction right now is not looking too bad. If you did acquire some of these cards, you guys see that I have a lot of the diamonds now. Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Eve Torres, because when they did the fire sale, I was able to acquire some of the cards with, you know, the VC and everything like that. And this is another card as well. If you have the Roman Reigns Persona card, you can also get yourself a diamond, Jimmy Uso, and just to see, man, like, there is just a lot more going on. They also dropped Trick Williams, a card that we've been waiting for in packs, which, again, I'm not too crazy about it because you got to gamble for this card, but eventually he will be added to the card market, and the Trick Williams 2022 Persona card is dope. I also wish that NXT 2023 and 2024 Trick Williams was also added to this mode as a Persona card so we can grind and be able to get him, because I think that it is a huge deal that the guy that was in the running for the NXT championship at the time when the game was coming out just had his old attire as if he was still a manager for Carmelo Hayes. So I think that they really lacked attention to detail when it came to Trick Williams this year, and a Persona card would be dope. I think they need to continue using MyFaction as a mode to continue putting together new attires. If there is any new theme songs or Titantrons that wrestlers are using, I think that it should be a way to get those new attires with that new Titantron and, you know, theme song, so players can keep, you know, kind of getting a live service while still going. You can either grind for it, spend money for it. I just think, man, MyFaction has so much potential, and I know that a lot of you guys rightfully hate it, and I have to keep, you know, emphasizing that. I know some of you guys do, because you guys are very explosive with your comments. But yeah, man, I think that this game has so much potential when it comes to possibly being a little bit of a live service, getting us updated superstars, updated arenas. Like, there's just so much that they can do with this. I know it kind of defeats the purpose for 25, but at the end of the day, I do think people are still going to buy 25 anyway, even if you just add some of this new stuff. I would love a SmackDown arena. I would love a Raw arena. I would love to have Trick Williams updated with his theme song that you have the crowd, you know, pumping in the noise of whoop that trick. I mean, they can go so hard with MyFaction, but I expect it to be better next year. But I definitely think we have to talk about how accessible they're making the content and the good content in this year's game. So definitely wanted to chat about that, man. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys go check out yesterday's video, as I was just talking about WWE 2K24's mid-year review. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on that, make sure to check that out. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.